Namaste, guys. ChristianRLong, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out from Miami Beach, Florida, however you want to say it. It's actually kind of interesting when I think about it that I actually lived, Dahlia, Namaste, Clara, Namaste. I used to live in Florida for about 6 years. I lived in Sarasota, I lived in Jacksonville, and I lived in Orlando. So between those three cities, I've lived in Florida for about 3 years. And this is the first time the first time I've actually come and just made it happen. Flo Rida, our rapper. And just made it happen. This has been an amazing trip. I still have another 2 days here. I'm going to be leaving Wednesday night. There's another beautiful opportunity that presented itself for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. where I get to become part of another meditation and healing group. And I'm looking forward to adding value to that group of people. I may or may not be able to stream it. You are so awesome, love. Aw. Love you guys too. Love, 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 love. Anna, Namaste. We got our international people jumping on the stream today. For those of you checking in for the first time, we do these streams every single day for the year 2019. And I calculated, I think this is day 120. Don't quote me on it. It might be 119 or 120 of how many, no wait, what is it? I think it's 120 today of how many days we're into 2019. Something like that. So we've done this every single day for 120 days, which is really cool. Really excited about it. I've never been this consistent with doing live streams. I have done mostly every day at other years, but this is the first year that I've done every single day up until, every day of the year up until present time. But the goal is to get to December 31st, 2019, and celebrate with a big bang of like, yay, we did it, 365 days of live streams, adding value to the lives of people around the world. And so we talk about energy healing, we talk about meditation, and we talk about practical spirituality. What's Q? Q what? As in, cue the beautiful waves behind me, as in cue the beautiful clouds behind me, as in cue the beautiful sun to hide behind one of the clouds. Isn't it funny how we perceive it to be that way? Like, oh, the sun is behind the clouds. But if we thought about it and realized that the sun is many, many times bigger than the planet Earth, it's not hiding. Oh, as in typed it wrong. Okay. Loving the view. I'm glad you guys like the view. I still, don't hold this against me, I still have not been to the beach yet because I've been busy working, I've been busy healing, I've been busy mixing it up and having a good time, and I just have not made it to the beach. I used to live 10 minutes from one of the nicest beaches in the country at Siesta Key in Sarasota, Florida. So not that I'm not impressed with beaches, but I've kind of lived next to them for long enough. Nia, Namaste, what a beautiful view you have there today. Thank you very much. And a beautiful view right back. I can see your profile picture. So, what are we going to talk about today? What's today's topic? And I thought to myself, this would be a great reminder for myself, as well as for you guys, as in a spiritual lesson that is literally right under our noses. Right under our noses. And what do I mean by that? So, from the moment you were born into a physical body, and to the last moment of your physical existence, you are inhaling and you are exhaling. Breath of life. And you probably notice many spiritual practices and yogic practices talk about the power of breath. In yoga, it's called pranayama, or breathing exercises. And certain pranayamas have certain effects in our bodies, but at the end of the day, they all affect our energy levels. And I think to myself about inhaling and exhaling connected with how do I want to say this? With giving and receiving. Harit Atma Namaste. Giving and receiving. And what do I mean by that? So in the very first class in pranic healing, which this system was founded by my teacher, Grandmaster Chola Koksui, who's the modern founder of pranic healing and Arhatic Yoga. Pranic healing is the healing arm of what Grandmaster Chola Koksui created. Arhatic Yoga is the meditation and spiritual arm of what he created. And I've dedicated the last 15 years of my life as a professional energy healer and as an Arhatic Yoga practitioner. And in the very, very first class of pranic healing, and there are many classes in pranic healing, there are over 20 different classes in pranic healing. Avani, Atma Namaste. The very first class in pranic healing, you're taught how to receive energy and how to project energy. So how to receive and how to give. How to receive and how to give. And it's very interesting because the mudra, right? A mudra is a posture that directs energy flow. Is if you have the Egyptian stance or Egyptian pose, it's where you have one hand like this, your left hand, and then your right hand like this. And you'll notice that is very similar to the blessing mudra of Lord Jesus or of Lord Buddha or of other great, great spiritual teachers. You have this blessing mudra and you have this blessing mudra, right? Why is one hand over the heart and then the other hand is projecting forward? Because by tapping the heart or by having, or hovering, not tapping, but hovering your hand over your heart, it activates your heart chakra. It makes it bigger. It makes you more loving, more sweet, more kind. And the energy that comes out of your hand, out of your projecting hand, out of your giving hand is softer and sweeter and more palatable to the people receiving. So if you think about a great, great teacher, a great, great being, a great initiate, like Lord Buddha, like Lord Jesus, right? This energy is going to be extraordinarily powerful coming out of them. So they're softening the energy with their heart energy, right? So in pranic healing, you're taught how to do that on a miniature scale, right? We're not Lord Buddha, we're not Lord Jesus, but we do the best that we can. The chair is getting all excited, it likes to move around, so I'm putting my feet on it, making sure it can't move in the wind. So when you do this mudra and you have your left hand up and your right hand out, what's happening, energetically speaking, is the left hand is receiving energy, right? And the right hand is projecting energy. So energy is coming down, going through this system, and then coming out with the intention, right? So it's called the Egyptian pose. You could say the Egyptian mudra. But here's what's really fascinating about this, connecting it to inhaling and exhaling, connecting it to breathing, connecting it to giving and receiving, is if you have your hand open, you're making a request to receive. If you have your hand open this way, you're giving, right? You're letting go. But here's the interesting thing. If you break this cycle of receiving and giving, you have disaster. You have chaos. This is what I mean. So if your receiving hand closes off, the amount of your ability to give is greatly reduced, if not entirely eliminated, right? But if you reverse it, where you open up and you receive, and you close your giving hand, your ability to receive will eventually stop. Is this making sense so far? So how can we look at this lesson and apply it to our everyday lives? Because we talk about practical spirituality, not super high-level spirituality where you're like, wow, that was so fascinating, man. That was amazing. Like, my mind was blown. But then you don't walk away with anything practical to move your life forward. So that lesson of receiving and giving looks like this. If you're the kind of person in life who consumes, takes, ask, there will come a point in your life when your ability to receive is going to be greatly limited, and you will be forced into a position where you have to start giving, right? How about the people in our lives that we know that they're always giving, giving, giving? They're helping their friends, they're helping their family members, they're helping their coworkers. They're always giving, 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 and then they one day get a mysterious cold, a mysterious illness, a mysterious disease, and they're bedridden for a couple weeks, or if not longer, a couple months. What is that forcing them to do? To receive and not give so much. So nature has a beautiful ability of balancing out energies. So if you're a person who's always taking, you are going to be in a position where you are forced to give, to help, to assist, to heal, to serve other people. And if you're a person who is constantly, and if you're a person who's constantly giving, 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 but not receiving, then you will be put in a situation or a position when you no longer receive, you no longer give, and you have to receive, receive, receive to balance out the energies. So just like you can't inhale for the next 20 years, Amber, Atma Namaste, and you can't exhale for the next 20 years, it's a balancing act of inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm. So it was very interesting. Recently, one of the master pranic healers said something very sweet in a post I did, I think maybe a little over a week ago. We do these streams every single day, right? Where am I getting this information from? I'm not getting it from myself. I'm not getting it from my own intelligence per se. I'm getting these teachings and these techniques and these principles from my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Koksui, the modern founder of pranic healing and Arhatic yoga, and the senior practitioners over the past 15 years. So this soul of Christian has been well-fed spiritually, well-fed mentally, well-fed emotionally, well-fed physically, which allows me to what? Which allows me to give to other people who need healing, physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, spiritual healing, financial healing, because I've been well fed. So I spent a period of my life receiving, right? And now at this point in my life, this stage in my life, and probably for the rest of my life, I'll be giving, not my information, not my teachings, not my blessings, but the information, teachings, and blessings of my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Koksui, and the senior practitioners. So it's been a really beautiful realization, because I look at clients, I look at friends, I look at co-disciples, and I try to find, when they come to me for advice or counsel or mentorship or healing, I almost always look at that principle of giving and receiving. I go, okay, is this person giving too much? Is this person taking too much? Is this person unwilling to receive the blessings that are already there for them to receive? Now, if you're the kind of person who gives and gives and gives and gives and gives, and then there's an opportunity for you to receive, to earn back, if you will, to create the cycle of giving and receiving, and you don't, then guess what? You're going to be put in a situation that you're going to have to receive. You're going to have to rely on somebody for help, for healing. Somebody's going to have to come to you in an emergency in your life, things like that. So that's something to be aware of. And so Avani says law of cycles, or she says cycles, but she's referring to the law of cycles, right? So the sun comes up, the sun goes down. You inhale, you exhale. We have the ocean behind us. The waves come in, the waves go out. Your blood pressure goes up, your blood pressure goes down. Dean, Atma Namaste. You go to sleep in the evening, most of us, and you wake up in the morning, like most of us, right? So there's law of cycles. If you start breaking those cycles, you will have chaos in your life. The results will be disastrous. So just like the example that we talked about in the beginning, that you learn in the very, very first class in pranic healing of receiving and giving, the Egyptian pose, energy comes down from God, from the great ones, from your teacher, from your higher self, and then those energies are projected out to help others, to bless others, to heal others, to charge others, whatever it is that you're doing. But you have to keep the cycle going. You can't be like, I don't want to receive anymore. I only want to give, 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 give. That's not going to work out in your favor, right? And you also can't be, I don't want to give. I just want to keep receiving. Give me more knowledge. Give me more blessings. Give me more energy. Give me more money. Give me more opportunities. But if you're not giving, eventually your ability to receive will be greatly limited. So you have to keep it. So one way of, if you're the kind of person who has done a lot of service, has done a lot of tithing, has done a lot of healing and teaching, but you don't feel like your life is where you want it to be, one way is practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude, practicing gratitude. Why? Because when you're grateful for what is, energy from the higher soul is able to pour down and go through the different vehicles, the spiritual body, the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body. You're able to receive those blessings in whatever form is most appropriate. But if you're constantly mentally and energetically and even verbally pushing those things away, you don't feel you're good enough, you don't feel you're worthy enough, you don't feel it's appropriate, like, nah, forget it, I don't need to receive. You're not practicing gratitude. It's like if I had a present and I said, here you go, from my heart to your heart, here's this present, Merry Christmas, and you said, no, I don't want that present, for whatever reason. I don't want that present. How do you think that would make me feel, and how would that make you feel? So I don't get the joy of giving, and you don't get the joy of receiving. So you've broken the cycle of giving and receiving, and you've created chaos in your life and in my life. So, what's my point? Whenever you have something coming into your life, be grateful for it. Like whenever I have friends that want to pick up the tab at a restaurant or want to treat me to a restaurant, like tonight I'm going to a vegan restaurant with a friend, and she's treating me. And do you think I said, no, 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 no. No. I was super grateful. Like, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for bringing me to one of your favorite vegan restaurants, and I'm really looking forward to having, you know, a great meal with you, and a great connection and company and fun and laughs and mental stimulation. Like, super excited, right? That makes her feel good, and that makes me feel good. As opposed to, no, that's fine. Let me cover this, right? Fighting over the bill, right? Fighting over the bill. So you've heard the old expression, it is better to give than receive. That's only half of the equation. That's only 50% of the equation. That's not the right viewpoint. It is better to give than to receive. No, it's not. It's both. It's good to give and it's good to receive. It's good to give, it's good to receive. It's good to give, it's good to receive. So you inhale, you exhale. You inhale, you exhale. You eat food, you poop it out, right? There's a cycle. Break the cycle, you will have chaos in your life. And I know you don't want more chaos in your life. One of the pranic healing masters says this often, and I think this is a beautiful line. He says, I like drama, not in my life, but in the movies. I like drama, not in my life, but in the movies. Does that make sense? So life is complicated enough as it is. That's why we have spiritual teachings, spiritual principles, spiritual truths that are universal in nature. And by applying them consistently and persistently over a period of your life, you can alleviate your suffering and increase your happiness and joy. Or you can try to reinvent the wheel and go, yeah, I don't believe in the law of cycles. I don't believe in the law of change. I don't believe in the law of giving and receiving. It's all nonsense. It's all woo-woo. It's all airy-fairy. It's ridiculous. I have a better way. Even though you've only been on the planet for maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, never mind what thousands of years have taught us over many incarnations of many brilliant spiritual teachers, inventors, clairvoyants, healers, doctors, architects, whatever, never mind what they know, right? We want to reinvent the wheel, which is a form of negative pride. Does that make sense? So I feel really privileged and really honored that I was able to meet Master Choa at a young age, and I was able to be taught by him directly, and to at least have the lesson and the blessings. Now, do I follow the lessons all the time? Do I receive all the blessings all the time? No, I make mistakes. I'm human, right? We're all human. We're all in the process of growing and evolving. But I can always go look at my life and go, my life isn't working right now the way I want it to. What's missing? What do I need to stop doing? And then what do I need to do more of? I'm not giving enough. I'm not healing enough. I'm not tithing enough. I'm not teaching enough. I'm not meditating enough. Okay, great. I'm going to do less of the bad things. I'm going to do more of the good things. And then guess what? Over a period of time, not overnight, but over a period of time, your life will get better. Your life will improve. Your life will transform. Stacy, my fellow Arhatic Yogini sister from another mister. How are you, dear? So, is that making sense? Is that clear for you beautiful people? I hope it is. Another fat cloud got in the way of the sun. But is that accurate? So, that being said, I hope that makes sense. I hope that's clear. I hope you can use the information of simply breathing, inhaling, and exhaling, of receiving and giving to transform your life. If your life isn't moving in the direction you want it to move in, you have to do something different. You have to change something. You have to modify something. You have to heal something. Something needs to shift in order for your life to transform. Right? It's not just going to happen. And I will say this. I'll leave you guys with this. I know many people within spiritual organizations that spend so much time inward and they spend very little time outward. A better balance would be spending a certain portion of the day going within, getting rejuvenated, regenerated, and revitalized by the energies of the higher soul, and then spend the rest of your day giving. So that way, every single day you have a beautiful balance of receiving and giving. Make sense? Perfect. So, for those of you who are looking for healing, looking for coaching and healing, and by the way, nobody looks for coaching and healing. What they are looking for is a specific result to produce in their lives. That's what they're looking for. Let me know how I can assist you. What result do you want? What outcome, what target do you want? And then I will show you the fastest way I know possible to help bring you from where you are to where you want to be. So you go to ChristianRLong.com/services, sign up for a distant pranic healing session, and let's shift you, let's move you, let's transform you. And if you got value out of today's video, definitely share it on your personal Facebook page and your professional Facebook page, because we're all about getting the message out of energy healing, meditation, and practical spirituality. And I think to myself, the lifetime of a human being is not very long, 75 or so years. And in 75 years, what do we want to experience? Right? What do we want to have happen in our lives? Do we want to have a deep impact, a transformative experience in the lives of other people, a transformative experience in our own lives, or we just want to wake up, go through our day, go to bed, wake up, go through our day, do that Monday through Friday, bring on the weekends where we unplug from our busy, hectic lives, and then do that for 40 years and then die 2.5, 3 years later? I don't know. That doesn't seem very fulfilling to me. It doesn't seem very purposeful. What gives me purpose, and this may not give you purpose, is sharing Master Choa's teachings with you guys. Sharing his books, sharing his classes, sharing his healings, sharing the history of his life. To me, that's a worthwhile life. To me, that's beautiful, because in my silent times, during my meditation practice, during my healing practice, healing myself or healing clients, in those moments of stillness and in quietness, I get the clarity and I go, that's why I do the work that I do. And I'm filled with so much gratitude, so much appreciation, so much realization of my good fortune. And so if I can inspire that in the hearts and minds of other people, to me, that's a worthwhile life. And I can do this for the rest of my incarnation. If I was in the construction business and I was doing physical, manual labor, I probably couldn't do it into my 50s, 60s, and 70s. But you can do healing, you can do teaching, you can do coaching, you can do leading meditations into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. For those of you who do not know, an excellent spiritual organization that has extremely powerful spiritual teachings is called Astara, A-S-T-A-R-A, Astara. And it was founded by Erlin and Robert Cheney. And Robert was still going into his late 80s, sharing these teachings with the world. Very advanced soul, right? How awesome is that? So Anna, I don't know, whenever I say Anna, it seems too girly. But whenever I say Anna, it's like mature and sexy and like Anna. And it makes me feel exotic, like I'm speaking another language. The message probably does make a lot of sense. My palm chakras got super, super activated when you started showing the poses. Ah, okay. Again, the poses is this, the Egyptian pose. And you can learn about this in Miracles Through Pranic Healing, which is a book. And you can also learn it in the class, the level 1 pranic healing class, or basic pranic healing, which is taught probably every 2 months in almost every major city around the world. Don't take my word for it. Spend an 8-hour day on Saturday, an 8-hour day on Sunday, and transform your life. And one of the coolest things I like about pranic healing, there are many things, but related to the classes, is that at the beginning of every class, whether it's a basic class or very advanced class, there's a slide that comes up. And it says, practice discernment, use intelligent evaluation, experiment, and make your own conclusion. Meaning, don't take what we say at face value. Here's the technique. Here's the theory as to why we think this technique will do what it does. Apply it and see if you get the same result. If you get the same result, great. Keep moving forward in your studies. If you don't get the same result, move on to something else, right? So it gives people the free will to think and make their own conclusions. So I really, really like that. And there was something else I liked. Oh, and then if you do not get value out of the classes, your money's refunded. If you do not get value out of the classes, your money's refunded. Because look, the teachings in pranic healing and other spiritual schools, advanced spiritual schools, are priceless. There is no amount of money that you could pay to integrate these teachings into your life. But there is a cost, so there's an energy exchange, so that the instructors and the organization can keep the lights on, so they can make books and marketing materials and do this as a career to help more people, right? That's why I do what I do. I'm a professional energy healer and have been for many, many years, and I enjoy this work thoroughly. And I charge for my time. Master Choa says you never charge for the healing, you only charge for your time. And what is your time worth? So I charge for my time, and the healings are free. That's it. Use discernment. Yuvi gets it. Yeah, discernment. Discernment means to judge something correctly. To judge something correctly. And how often, Sarah, I'm a namaste, how often do we not judge something correctly? We have our own filters, our own biases, our own limiting beliefs, our own calcified ideas, our own negative programs that prevents us from seeing something as it is. And that's what the great, 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 great teachers and avatars help us with, seeing things clearly and seeing things as they are. So that's it, my beautiful souls. I hope you guys have an amazing, phenomenal night. I'm going to slowly but surely get ready to go out to this vegan restaurant and tear it up on Miami Beach. Looking forward to it. I think it's within walking distance of where I'm staying. And I'm going to give you guys another view because the sun's about to set. Check it out. Dun. Look at that fat sun. Dun, 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 dun. I found out that this white building with the cloud design, this white building is a historical monument in Miami. That's why it's still there and hasn't been built up with hotels and whatever. So it's a historical monument. And then you have adorable little people down there running on the beach, footloose, fancy-free, not a care in the world. And then this is, I don't remember the name of this street. Yeah. My body has a little fear of heights, so I don't want to get too close to the edge. And it's super windy up here, so you never know. You never know. Gotta be careful, right? Discernment equals discernment. Whoa. What's up, Letty, coming to the party late? Girl. Anyways, love you guys very, very much. Have a beautiful, phenomenal, Monday. I will see you guys tomorrow with a very interesting stream. I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's going to deal with prosperity, because who couldn't use more prosperity in our lives? Which that relates back to today's earlier lesson, giving and receiving. The more you receive, the more you can give. So if you had $1 million, could you give more money away than you have now? And if you had 10 million, could you give more than if you had $1 million? Right? If you had 100 million, could you give more than if you had 10 million? Right? So the more you receive, there's a plane hovering above. Look. Doo 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 doo. It's a little tiny biplane. Get it, buddy. Now, I have no idea where he's going, but I'm sure there's an airport around here somewhere. The Miami International Airport, there's another plane. The Miami International Airport is about 20 minutes away. And there's downtown Miami. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Sending you lots of love too, girl. Yuvi says the world is such a beautiful place. Yeah. It certainly is. All right, my beautiful souls. I feel like I've said I'm going to go like 8 times. I just can't cut the cord. Love you guys very much. If you are in need of healing, go to ChristianRLong.com/services. Sign up for a distant healing session. Let's transform your life. Let's move your butt forward. And I look forward to connecting with you very, very soon, as in tomorrow. This is Christian R. Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma. Namaste. Bye-bye.